here, and I got my wonderful 200 EP inductive amplifier. You hear, I'll put it in the nice light. And I'm out in the tremendous heat because we're going to do some fun science. But basically, these things are pretty straightforward. Volume control and turn it on and off. You know, that's your button. Lets you know. So if I was to touch myself, you would hear my 60 hertz cycle. And we're going to go into some studies on this. But I wanted to show you the conductivity of 60 hertz as we walk around here. And I'm going to try to walk pretty fast. I'm going to try to avoid the animal snakes and all that. So if I was just to take this and turn it on and touch this metal, you can hear the, you know, if I can get good conductivity, it's painted. So it doesn't really, like if I was on that piece of metal, nothing, but you can hear the static. Okay, now that's what we're looking for. And hopefully this picks it up. But when you go over here to the ground, and I am turned all the way up, you should be able to hear a nice, quiet 60 hertz hum. And I'm going to show you something as we get next to the power pole. But notice how quiet that is. Okay, so this is what they're after. This is the goal in longitude versus latitude. It's almost like a war or something like that. So you can hear the hum there. It's not super loud. Okay, now I'm going to take it to where it's going to be super loud here. And hopefully without contending with too many animals here. Watch out for your snakes. Told you, another video coming. And I have to do this in the daylight to illustrate my point. Okay. Now I'm back here next to the power. I don't see anything else, it's just all the birds and animals running. Okay, you hear that? That's your 60 cycle hum. Okay? Okay? You can actually, this is the wire going out to the power company. Okay? So you can actually hear the noise. That's why we love induction amplifiers. Just because you get to hear things you wouldn't normally get to hear. And it helps for troubleshooting audio circuits. But you can definitely hear the ground. Now you can put your probe right in the ground, and you can hear the 60 hertz in its chop. Okay? And then you can walk back here. You can touch this metal pole. You should be able to hear it too. Okay? And these I like these T's, because this is kind of what closely resembles what Marconi was using. But this one here, you can actually hear all the popping. That's low frequency, just because of how it's built, you know, frequency-wise. I'd have to hook my meter to find out all the specs about it, but you can definitely hear the hum from the line, and you can hear all the popping and whistling and crackling. Okay? That's just because you can hear it. That's coming through the ground. I'm not doing it. I just turn the input up. Okay, so now we're gonna walk away from our friend, the power pole. Hopefully I can walk back here. Okay, you notice how nice and quiet that is? You can still hear the 60 hertz. And you can hear all the little crackles, but you got a pretty decent ground. But I'm showing you how to basically find a decent ground using a inductive amplifier, basically an LM386 with a high band input, or I should say band passed input. That's the proper way of putting it. Sounds like a moron, even though I am. And now I'm going to come over here and probe the ground. You can definitely hear it, and you can even touch the rock, and you can hear it. Chords, louder, just depending on what the rock's made of and the material, but generally just touching dirt, you can hear it. Probably needs a new battery. I've been using this thing a ton. But anywho, that'll give you an idea of what to listen for. When I go to do the VLF and stuff like that, this is the wire I use. This is the transverse wave wire, because obviously it's a wire, you know, it's not meant longitudinal, so I will be developing the longitudinal stuff later on. Anywho, peace out.